Greetings, my fellow Americans. This is your president speaking, and we must discuss what is happening in Palestine. What is going on right now is unconscionable. It is definitively a genocide. It is definitively being carried out by Israel with U.S. military aid that stretches back to the Biden administration. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Biden administration, the Democratic Party, is just as culpable for aiding and abetting genocide as the Trump administration, which continues to lavish Israel and the Netanyahu administration with more guns, munitions, and resources. Not least of which is a U.S.-based mercenary squad, which has been reported is taking actual shots against starving and desperate civilians, murdering them in cold blood, and then joking and bragging about it as well. What's more, Israel has now announced plans to create a safe zone, and that any Palestinians who are found to be outside of that safe zone will be considered combatants and murdered with impunity. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know where you stand on the issues. I can tell you that it is already a genocide as it currently is. Starvation is an unlawful military tactic according to international law and the Geneva Conventions. Murdering civilians at aid facilities is against the Geneva Conventions and international law. It's also against U.S. law. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, whether you believe Israel has a right to defend itself, whether you believe Hamas is a terrorist organization, what we can all agree on is that civilians being corralled into an ever-decreasing space and being threatened with death is unconscionable, unethical, immoral, and outright indefensible. And as your president, it is my duty and obligation to ensure that people do not suffer these kinds of atrocities, especially from our allies, and especially when we are the ones supplying the munitions making it possible. I need every single American citizen to denounce the Trump administration and Israel's actions as the illegal atrocities that they are before it is too late. Because 5, 10, 20 years from now, when the histories say, oh, there was nothing that could have been done from the Palestinians being erased and ethnically cleansed, when we say 20, 30 years from now that we did everything that we could, will you be able to look yourself in the mirror, have those children come up to you and ask you, why didn't you do anything, and be able to honestly answer that you, in fact, did do everything within your power to bring that atrocity to an end? And if the answer is no, then you need to step up now, because it can be prevented now. People are always afraid when discussing time travel to go back in time and change things and make a giant splash. But today is the time travel of the future. The present impacts the future, okay? The tiny decisions you make today will have ripple effects for decades or centuries to come. And I am challenging each and every single one of you to do the right thing now, in the present. Denounce this administration. Demand accountability. Cease ties with Israel. Stop sending them weapons and bombs, and hold them accountable for genocide in modern times. My name is Samuel Ronan, and as your president, I will not allow this lawlessness to continue unabated.